Hi, okay, so I'm going to be doing a nail tutorial because people have asked for it, so I'm finally going to do it. It's going to be on ombre nails, or the fading nails, where it fades from one color to a different one. And for this tutorial you need a couple different things. You need a sketchbook or line paper or whatever. You can see there where I kind of sponged out, because that's what you're going to be doing, you're sponging. Just sponging out the color there. You need two colors. I don't know, it doesn't matter if you want to do one color to a different color, white to another color, or if you want to do like a nude color and then put like a bright accent color and do that. I've done that before. Today, for my purpose, I'm just going to be doing white, and then I'm going to do gray for the fade color, from light gray to dark gray. So the fade color has to be kind of transparent, just a little bit. So keep that in mind when you're picking this color. This color doesn't really matter as long as it's like light. So, and then you're going to need a sponge to sponge it on. I just use the cosmetic wedges. That's what I use. It's like $3 at Bartell's, so. Or you could use these if you want to. Come when in your like Clinique eye makeup or whatever, you can get them at the dollar store, I think. I use both of them, but it only works once. This one I can cut down after I use it, so that's eco-friendly. So yeah, let's get started. Don't make fun of my hair. It's not happening today. It's just getting it cut tomorrow. Don't make fun of my hair. Don't do it. Got a haircut. Okay, so I'm changing it from I'm gonna fade from purple to blue. So because I know these colors work, and I did a bunch of colors last night, and it was like 1 o'clock at night, and I gave up. So this one is really, really, really transparent, so I know it'll work. It'll sponge really well, so that's important. Otherwise, you're gonna look like half a nail is purple and half of it is blue. So I'm gonna start just by putting on the purple, and I'm going to show you how to put on nail polish because it really bugs me when people do it wrong. Okay, so you start up here at the point of your nail here. Put a little dot there like that. You push that dot up to your cuticle, then go straight down like that, straight down. And then you do the sides. There. See? That's simple. You can get it right every time. No mess. Whatever. You don't have to be left-handed, right-handed. All that stuff. And don't worry about making a mess, because I'll show you how to clean that up later. So, and then just do the rest of your nails that color. Let them dry completely. Okay, so I've done 2 coats of this, because whenever I do a first coat it looks kind of streaky, and then you finish up with a second coat. So I've done that on both, and I've dried them really well. So we're going to start sponging. And then when you use the sponge, you want to use this end, because these ends, you can't see it on my camera probably, but these ends are kind of have like a shiny glossy finish to it, and they're not going to soak up the nail polish as well. So this is where you get your sketchbook, and you just dole out globs of paint like this. There we go. And just have that handy because you're going to use a bunch of it. And then you're going to sponge out, just use a little bit to start out with, because you're going to want it to be really light on your nail. So start at the tip. That way if you get too dark when you're just starting out, you can always lighten it up when you go up. See, it's really light there. And don't worry about getting it on the pads of your fingers or whatever, because you'll clean that up later. So just sponge that out there. And don't worry about it being too light, because you can always make it darker. You can always make it darker later. Like that. And that's good to start out with, just like that, because you're going to go back and do different layers on top of that, so you can make it more dramatic. So I'm just going to do the rest of my nails like this. Super fast and easy. Stand tall but running thin. I'm wearing thin. Oh, why are we keeping score? 'Cause if you're not laughing, who is laughing now? I've been wondering if we start sinking, would we stand our ground? And through everything we've learned, we've finally come to terms. We are the outsiders. We are the outsiders. I'm not leaving without a fight. I got my holster around my side. Just 'cause I'm wrong, it don't make you right. No, you ain't right. Okay, so I've done all of them, a really light color, except for this one turned out badly. And I'm gonna go over with a darker color. Well, not a darker color, it's the same color. But I'm just gonna go a little bit less up my nail. I'm gonna go like a third of the way. And kind of blend it in there. That kind of. It's probably really bad on my computer, but I'm not gonna buy a camera, so I'm gonna do a tutorial for you. Again, just start at the tip of your nail and work your way up. But just don't go as far as you went last time. And then if you get spotting, like if you get, like in my case, the purple showing through, don't worry about that. You can always go over later. And be sure you're using different parts of the sponge, because if you don't, then the sponge will come off. And you'll just get little bumps and speckles on there. Okay, so if this happens where you add too much and it doesn't look like fading anymore, you can use either a bare part of the sponge or like a dry part of the sponge and try and fix it up there. Pretty easy to try to fix a mistake like that. It's pretty forgiving, which is good. Okay, so usually I only do 3 layers, and since I've been doing thin layers of this, you can go right away. So I just finished on this hand and I'm just gonna go straight back to this hand. And for this last layer, I kind of just load up a bunch on the end of my sponge and then just dab vertically like this. So I get just the tips. So it looks the darkest at the tips, like that. And don't worry about that, you can clean that up later. Okay. So this is what it looks like when you're done. If you've done it right, you should have a bunch of crap on the end there. You should have a bunch of messy stuff. But you can't tell on my camera, but this is fading really, really well. It doesn't look just like a tip. And a good way to make it look fading is to round the color there. Instead of doing this straight across like this one, kind of round it. Makes it look more like fading instead of just a French tip. So, now you just need to do, I do 2 coats of top coat to seal it up. So we'll do that. And once the top coat's on there, everything looks glazed and awesome. Like you got it airbrushed done at the salon, but you didn't. So as far as nail polish brands go, I've found that the cheaper the better, actually. I might be biased because I do my nails like every 2 days, so I'm not going to waste my money with like OPI or whatever. But I've gotten most of my nail polish from like Forever 21 or just random stores where I thought the color was cute. I just picked it up. You know, I've never paid more than like $3 for nail polish because that's ridiculous. So there's my first coat. It's going to look awesome. I'm going to do a second coat, and then I'm going to show you how to take off the yuckiness around there. Okay, so what I use is this 100% acetone, pure acetone, whatever. I used it to take off my fake nails when I had fake nails. You just soak it in there, and it'll take the nails right off. You don't have to go and pay to get them taken off, or whatever. So, I use this. It works really well. It's really strong. People say it hurts their nails or whatever, but my nails are soft and peely, whatever I use, so. But it's really strong, so you'll only need a little of it. And the way you get it off from your nails is you put it on a Q-tip, and you try not to spill anything on my computer because that would be bad. So I have some on there, and then you just go like that, and voila, it looks perfect. And then you can do the sides and around your cuticles, and then if you get really brave, you can try and do some closer to your nail. That's why I do 2 coats, so I don't accidentally take off some of that, because that would be frustrating if you got to the end and you took some of it off when you're trying to make it look pretty. Another good way I do this, if I'm not doing the sponge on the end, just for a regular nail polish, whatever, another good thing to do is when you're in the shower, all that hot atmosphere or whatever, if you go like this along your nail, if you, like when you paint your nails, if you get it all along the sides or whatever, if you do that in the shower, it's gonna come off easier. So, you know, while you're letting your conditioner work its magic, you do your nails. That's another good way to do it. So yeah, so I'm gonna clean up the rest of these, but they're gonna look awesome. So you can already tell, looks pretty sweet. And I'm just gonna clean up the rest of them, and we're done. So there's the final product there. You see how it kind of fades a little bit. I've cleaned up all the edges. So this is my first tutorial, so if you want to leave me a comment down there, tell me how much it sucked. Let me know if you want me to do any other tutorials. I do a bunch of stuff with my nails, so if you want to see any other tutorials, leave me a comment. Okay, thanks for watching.